Hi there, Lee Farnell here, and thanks for listening to Leading Your Best Life. Today we're going to talk about sales audit. Why the hell would you bother with an audit of your sales system? What do you miss out on? What's the ROI? Why would you benefit from anything like a sales system audit? Here we go, let's talk about it. Welcome back. Sales audits, why do you do this? Well, first of all, it's one of the first things we recommend on our CZ6 sales improvement system. A sales audit. What do? Well, take a look at what's going on with your existing sales system. Now, let's start with this. What happens if you don't do it? Because people say, why should I do it? Well, hang on, let's just look at why you do it by talking about what you miss out on if you don't do it. One of my friends recently said, don't try and sell people on why they should do something. Sell them on what happens if they don't do it. People are moved often to move away from pain more than they're actually motivated to move towards pleasure. So it's worth you, even when you're talking about your own product or service, to go, okay, this is what you get when you do it, but let's actually talk about what you get if you don't do it. People often are, as I say, more motivated to move away from pain or missing out or FOMO, fear of missing out, than actually, oh, well, I want that, it's going to make my life better. But so what you miss out on if you don't do a sales audit, an audit of your sales system. One, there's a whole range of hidden revenue opportunities there, untapped potential from existing leads, existing clients, the possibility of upsell and cross-sell. But if you don't look at it, that's all sitting there, unrealised money that you, if you're a business owner, or you as a salesperson when it comes to commission, or you as a sales manager when it comes to commission, or you as a shareholder or a board member, mate, why would you let hidden revenue opportunities stay hidden? Two, you're going to start to look at where are the sales bottlenecks? Get clarity on where the bottlenecks are, where the sales bottlenecks are. You miss out on the insights on where the deals are either stalling or where and why they're being lost. So once you can get insight into that, shine a torch onto that, you can do something about it. Three, you can start to look at where are the areas the team is underperforming. Salespeople might be winging it without any kind of inconsistent playbook, consistent process. And therefore, if they're winging it and they're not using a consistent process, you're going to get huge variation in results. Good days, bad days, big variation between reps. And so, you're missing out on opportunities. Four, poor sales forecast accuracy. You see, without auditing, your sales planning is often going to be guesswork rather than data-driven. You want numbers. You want to be able to have numbers up on the screen, on the board, so that people are dealing with facts, not just guesswork. Five, you're going to lose competitive edge. Competitors with optimized sales systems do gain speed, agility, and they gain customer trust faster. Customers want salespeople who understand their needs, who talk their language, who are in frequent quality contact with them. So if you don't have that in your sales system and you haven't audited that, the old story, if you aren't auditing it, you don't know if it's happening or not. You don't want to be losing that competitive edge. And six, you end up with a low ROI on training and tools, because without a system review, the training and the tech investments and all the other things you're doing often don't translate into real gains. So what does that then mean if you're serious about improving? 3 action steps you should be taking. 1, conduct a sales process gap analysis. So you map out your current sales process from lead to close. You interview top performers, you interview underperformers, managers, identify inconsistencies that are missing. You then also compare current practices to best-in-class systems. 2, you implement a sales diagnostic audit. You use a structured audit tool with a 5-point scale across areas like needs discovery, presenting solutions, objection handling, follow-up, rapport building, company positioning, etc., etc. You identify strengths, weaknesses, and root causes of underperformance. You score and prioritize which stages need the most urgent improvement. 3, you create a sales system improvement plan. You set specific improvement goals, such as we're going to increase our conversion rate by 10%, we're going to reduce the sales cycle time by 15%, etc. You align your training, your coaching, your CRM system updates to close the identified gaps. You review the monthly with the KPIs to track progress and make changes, iterative refinements, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, Kaizen, continuous and never-ending improvement. That's what we recommend. Why the hell you would do a sales audit? Because all this goodness comes out of it. You stop wasting time, you stop wasting money, you stop good salespeople leaving, you stop all the frustration, you also end up with way better customer, buyer, client experiences. You want to find out more, want to use our CZ6 sales audit. In fact, I highly recommend it, but that's up to you. Want to use it, reach out. It's incredibly cost effective. And in fact, we've got ways that it costs you actually so close to zero, it's not even funny. So reach out. Look forward to hearing from you. I'm Lee Farnell. That is why you do a sales audit. See you next time.